All right, I wanted to take some time while the market's still trying to make up its mind, but I wanted to talk to you about bonds, and this is Louis Borsellino's theory about what's going on with the bonds and why it went on with the bonds. So we all know that back in 2008, the world was melting for the United States, and we came to financial ruins, and bond prices went down, and and nobody wanted to own our bonds. All right. Well, and so the Fed started a policy, an unprecedented policy of buying our own bonds, right? So when there was no demand for our bonds or the demand for the bonds was weak, we stepped in and bought them. So here is in the peak of December 2012, the Fed's buying 90 billion a month in our bonds, right? And then from that point on down to this area, which is what is this? This is 2014, 2013, 13 all through in here. Okay, so what does the Fed do? It quantitative the quantitative easing, and so what they did was they stepped back from buying the bonds. I don't I don't understand. The one question I always ask was they're not buying the bonds. We still have a demand for the bonds because we're printing money left and right. So who is buying the bonds? Aha, the Fed, quantitative easing, only buying 40 billion a month, but they're secretly loaning money to Jamie Dimon and the boys to purchase the bonds, all at the big banks. So the big banks were getting all this money and flushed, and lent to them basically for nothing. And but they couldn't do anything but buy the bonds. And then the Fed was given the perception to the rest of the world and to the United States, the economy's getting better, job market's getting better, and we don't need to be buying their bonds because they're our other purchaser of our bonds. Uh huh. Okay. And look at where they bought them at, down to all the way, 190. What is that? 132 and better. And now look where the bonds are at. Here it is, 2015. Gold goes down to 40 bucks. Oh my God, I wonder how that happened. And number two, the dollar is strong as ever. And number three, now the rest of the world's economies are melting. Russia's going to have a problem. China's going to have a problem. Europe certainly has a problem. South America's going to have a problem. The dollar's strong. And guess what's happening? We have the biggest 1 month jump in bonds since 2011. And what do we got? We got money for the good old boys. The Fed rewarding the banks and themselves for being ahead of the rest of the world when it came to printing money. And we are winning the Ponzi scheme right now. So now there's a great demand for our bonds because the other world economies are melting. And so people are having a flight to quality to our bonds. And like I said, I, I kind of wish I could have went in and applied for a loan for a couple 100 million, 300 million, and I would have bought the bonds, if the Fed would have let me, you know, let me buy some bonds. By the way, why don't we just let everybody buy the bonds? Oh, by the way, the Federal Reserve, I think there's 60 private banks and consortium of 60 private banks, so it's not even they call it the Federal Reserve, but it's not. It's a private group. For anybody who didn't know that. All right. So this is why I think the bank stocks are going to be valuable, and this is what happened. So this is the bond world, according to me. All right. Good luck the rest of the day. I think the market is going to make up its mind after 2 o'clock. It's Friday. This may be the result of, okay, we got down to 1993 and a quarter, which was one tick off my projection, but I hope you guys don't hold it to me. All right, I'll be putting some videos over the weekend out, and I'll put other things out, on some other ideas I have, and I'll talk to you later. Hope you're making money, and if you like this, please share this with as many people as you can. I'd like to see this thing go viral because this is what the average person doesn't understand when it comes to our Federal Reserve. They don't lose. They don't lose. I'll talk to you later.